Same day, same story. I'm back out here. It's later in the day. From the last video, you can remember that Jeremy of the Greener Lawn and Ryan Quick from the Highlander Lawn were out here being a massive help, getting all of the sand and peat moss back here mixed up, ready to go. I've just been waiting for this to dry so that I could use a level rake and just kind of smooth things out, get everything ready to go for seed. So tonight the plan is to just get that done, get the seed down, sprinkle a little bit of peat moss over the top, and let it grow. Let's get started. For the most part, everything's gonna slope pretty naturally, and that's what I want. There are a couple of low spots right here behind me, and then one on the back side over there that are just natural low spots, and so those will provide a unique challenge, not only for putting, but also probably for maintenance too, and we'll just have to kind of see how that goes later on. But right now, I am really eager to get started on smoothing this out. The sand is dry for the most part, and I think it will be dry enough for me to do what I want to do. And then we will talk about the seed that I chose to use and how I'm going to apply that and what I'm going to apply to help it grow in as fast as possible. Alright, so there's not really much more I can do to smooth this out. It's pretty dang good. I might just go over it one more time and just make sure I didn't miss any spots that are going to bother me. But I want to talk about the seed that I chose and kind of give you a little bit more information and where you can get more information about it. This is V8, also known as Ignite Creeping Bentgrass. I got this from Barenbrug. They did send this to me, and I'm very excited to use this. And the reason I chose this particular variety of bentgrass is because it has really good tolerance to disease and frost, and it was also tested here in Utah. So because it was tested locally in the same relative environment that it's going to be grown and maintained in here, I thought it was a great choice to make, and I'm really excited to see how it grows and how it performs. So V8 bentgrass from Barenbrug. This feels like a pillow. It's so soft, and the seeds are so small, so it really just feels like a pillow. So cool. So I've got 2 pounds of it here, and this is going to go down at 1 pound per 1,000 square feet. I've got about 500 square feet, so only about a half a pound of this is going to go down, and that will give me plenty of leftovers if I need to fill in any bare spots that don't grow in, which hopefully that's not the case. But I'm really excited to put this down, so half pound for me. And if you want any more information about this V8 bentgrass, I'll leave a link down in the description. You can check this out and you can see NTEP results and all that good stuff. Alright, seed is down, and that was very difficult, and it's only because the seeds are so small. I had that handheld spreader on the lowest possible setting, and it still felt like it was coming out a little bit too fast. So I did feel like I got pretty even coverage. because they're so small, they just blend in with the sand, so it's kind of hard to see. So I feel like I did pretty good. Time will tell. So I decided to put the peat moss down first because I want to walk on that seed as little as possible so I don't track it anywhere else in the yard, or anywhere else in the yard. Oh, neighbor's mowing. I do want to get a starter fertilizer down, and I want to get some tenacity down too, so I'm going to do the starter fertilizer first and then hit it with the tenacity. I do want to do exclusively liquids for the putting green, so I don't have a liquid starter fertilizer right now. It's on the way, but for now I'm going to use what I have. I have some granular starter fertilizer. I want to do about a ½ pound of nitrogen over 500 square feet. I did just finish working on an update for the fertilizer calculator in the Yard Mastery app. Shameless plug. So I'm going to use that, and I'm going to do 500 square feet, and I will do ½ pound of nitrogen, and then I'm using a 12-12-12. I need to put down 4 pounds of the starter fertilizer here to give me just under a ½ pound of nitrogen. So that's what I'm going to do, and that will give me enough time between now and when my starter fertilizer comes, the liquid one, and I'll be good to go. So let's put this down, and then I'm going to put the tenacity down right after this and show you how I'm going to water this. Whew, man. It is getting dark and I'm getting tired, but I have one more step, and it is the most crucial thing that you can do for planting any kind of grass seed, not just bent grass for a backyard putting green. This goes for everything. All these steps, well, really all these steps go for planting grass seed. It translates pretty easy. So I want to show you what I'm going to do as far as watering goes. Keep in mind that here in Utah and most of the western United States are in a drought, a severe drought. We are on watering restrictions, and we're limited on how much we can water per week, how many times per week we can water. And I want to do everything that I can to conserve water. Now, if I were to use the setup that I have for my in-ground sprinkler system that exists as is, it would take me 2 different zones that go across the width of the backyard here, and that would use a lot more water than is really necessary to water this new seed. So what I've decided to do as a temporary measure, I'm going to reroute that sprinkler head there and the one on the other side over there so that they only water the existing grass when it's time to water the existing grass. Train. I'm going to use a hose setup with sprinkler spikes, and really it's very easy. You get these sprinkler spikes from Amazon or your local sprinkler supply store. These are Rainbird 3500s, and I will adjust them. I'm going to have 2 of them, one on each side, and they're going to go at 45-degree angles, and together they will cover the entire square area of the putting green. So really very simple, very inexpensive to set up. You just grab these sprinkler spikes and you get a ½ inch riser, at least for the Rainbird 3500 it's a ½ inch intake, and you use the riser as a coupler between the sprinkler spike and the sprinkler head, and then the sprinkler supply as far as water goes is going to come from the hose. So I'm going to take the Lehi hose reel and bring it out here and use that to connect and feed the first sprinkler, and then I'll have another hose between the first sprinkler and the second sprinkler. Now as far as timers go, this is going to be separate from my existing system as well. You can get these digital hose timers. They have analog ones too. I want a digital This looked cool because you can set it to go at different intervals for a certain amount of time, and that's all I need. I'm gonna set this up to go every 2 hours for about 5 minutes, and that should do me well. So this is gonna hook up to the hose back here, and we should have a pretty decent setup. We just gotta get everything dialed in. So with that, that is gonna be it for the putting green until it's time to update you. I will be posting pictures on my Instagram, so if you're not already following me on Instagram, it's at JimmyLewis_1, and that will be linked below as well. That's gonna go ahead and do it for this one. If you have any questions, let me know. Lots of information down in the description as far as products I've used here, all about the bentgrass seed I've chosen. You can read up on that if you're interested. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.